Welcome back to another episode. We got Suave and friends here. I'm Suave. This is New York Part 3, I think. We have a lot of special guests with us today. I'm just going to go through one by one. If you notice, I got this little shicey mask, ski mask. You know it's a New York episode. We're going to start with right here next to me. We have...
Justice. Hi.
Today I found out my name is Ukay.
I'm Ukay.
Nah, it's Ukay. Well, yeah.
It's your boy Geno Stylez, aka Big Stylez.
Lego.
We outside, man. Yeah.
And it's been a little while since I've seen actually a lot of y'all. Well, Justice I see here and there, but it's been about a year for us. Yeah, so
Been that long already?
right, it came and went real fast.
Facts.
The last time we
Free busy,
recorded
free
was free busy. Honestly, last time we recorded it was like the 4th and 5th episode. So we got this one. We were just having a good conversation like right before the camera. I wish that would have been in the episode, but we were talking about doing a lot of things and having a busy day. And you had said
It's about how you think about the day. So you don't want to say, "Oh, it's just a jam-packed day." It's a fulfilled day.
right,
You know?
right.
Yeah.
You said like the saying you said was like, oh, is it a busy day or is it a fulfilled day?
Correct.
Right, and that kind of hit with everybody here. How does that kind of saying resonate with y'all?
It resonates real good because the amount of things I have to do in the day sometimes, it just feels like, well, you accomplished a lot, so you got it done.
You can never really fulfill the day, you know what I'm saying? But you could get as much as you want done, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And how many days have you wasted just like lounging around?
That's true.
And
Right.
you're like, why didn't I do, all the things I said I would do?
Right.
Instead of just wasting time.
My dad always says, like, do what you can. It's not like do everything, but, do what you can. Don't overwork yourself.
Do you feel like that sort of like vibe resonates with someone like Geno was talking about it earlier, feeling like you got to do so many things in one day, especially being in somewhere like New York. You feel like you have to do this and this and that, and then there's travel time on top of it. So me, for example, like the last 2 days, I feel like I've been running out of time. Like I feel like I'm on like and luckily, some places appreciate WTF, shed some light on a little bit of leeway for that, but some places don't, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's like, you there or you're not. So I like that. Like, you want to make sure you do what you can, but also there's a lot of things you can do. You know what I mean? So I wanted to, it's Christmas time now. I wanted to just like, have a fun episode with y'all and get into some funny things. What y'all got going on for the holiday season?
I'm going to be traveling back to Florida for a little while. I miss my family, so I'm
She's
just
gonna
going
be
to
laying
spend
the
some
palm
time.
trees.
Yeah, I need to see the sun, smell the cleaner
it's
air.
cold.
The Christmas trees there are palm trees wrapped
We're
with
gonna
lights.
still be here in the cold of New York, say freezers. Freezing our ass off.
It's been cold as hell these last 2 days, bro.
Yeah.
Yesterday was raining too. What y'all got going on for the holiday season?
Spending time with my family, my
fact.
daughter. I mean, that's my family too, but yeah.
Yeah. And my daughter, like
and I just moved, so I'm just
Word.
getting my place together. So.
we're bigger spot, newer spot, or
Yeah, biggest spot.
nice. Let's go, clap it up. Moving up
My
in the
boy.
world, you know what I mean?
My boy, UK.
We
But
love moving up here.
Me, I'm just going to probably basically the same thing, man. I'm going to be kicking it with the fam, I already got the tree up. We about to get set up and all that. I'm trying to fly to Florida, too, 'cause I got to go get a German Shepherd. I got to go get I told you I got to go get the dog out there.
What's like I know y'all got kids. What's like the median age of like your children?
Well, you go first.
She just turned 14.
Oh, so you spending
Today.
actual money.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get into that. What sort of things are like kids asking for? For example, my nephew, he's 8. He wants a PS5 and a phone. I'm like, bro, you going to 3rd grade?
That's the same thing going
You know what
on
I mean?
here, PS5. The dog is going to be a present. I got to throw that in there. I'm trying to slide. I want it for me, but I'm trying to slide that in there for them. You know what I
The
mean? Like, y'all
PS5
got
is for
y'all the
you
dog. Nah, I'm not even really into I got an
I know.
Xbox One, and I play Fortnite. I'm a nerd on the low. That's all I play, man.
Do you
Fortnite
have-
and 2K, man. That's it. I ain't got time for the games to load and all that extra stuff.
Do you have to buy more than one PS5?
Nah,
Or you think you can make them share
I'm just getting
it?
one. I'm just getting one, man. I'm just expensive.
That's the
I ain't
thing,
gonna lie.
though.
I got
about-
one. It's worth it though.
Yeah, I'm just,
It's
you
worth
like it?
Oh yeah.
This
damn.
younger generation,
show
they're
you my
growing
stuff.
up with technology, so they just want a lot
Right.
of technology. So it's
Yeah,
hard
true.
to like kind of steer them in a different direction, probably.
You know what I heard
Yeah.
it's connected with, and I don't know if this may be true or not, but it's sort of like the attention span and the instant gratification, right? So like they're playing, for example, Fortnite, and back when we were young, we played like the hardest game for me when I was growing up was like Crash Bandicoot, but it's linear. You have to get through certain challenges, you have to jump over at a certain time and stuff like that. You have to really go through a level. I mean, there'd be some times where I would like stop the game and pick it up like a week or two later because I'm not mad anymore. You know what I mean?
To be honest,
Versus Fortnite, where you get that instant gratification. You start the game, you kill someone. Oh, I gotta kill the next person, and then you get a victory royale at the end. So I feel like that's kind of tied in with the whole. That's why they're on their tablets. That's why they're playing the little mini games. Boom, boom, boom. You win. So.
But you know, kids is gonna be kids at the end of the day. Like,
Right.
they gonna be on it. Like, we ain't really have as much stuff as
Right.
when we was growing up. We had the
Right.
little simple games. They got everything. Like, we ain't have everything like this.
And that's a little bad too, because now it's like they got so much, like, so they go through so much trends that they don't like stuff like that no more. So
Yes.
my daughter don't want games no more. She asked me, can she get a job? I'm like,
Nah, but that's good though, because you know what's crazy?
I'm like,
a lot of
some
youth,
money.
yeah, that's exactly why. I'm like,
but a lot
I
of
got
youth is
you.
entrepreneurs now. You know what I'm
Can you get a
saying?
job? Yeah, your job is to go to school, right?
You notice that
Yeah.
though? A lot
Get
of
grades.
She's doing great at school. She
Right.
showed me
A
all
lot
her
of youth is
grades. It's
entrepreneurs
always,
now.
started
Like, they don't
working
want to
at
work
15.
no more. They like, I'd rather be the
It'd be like
boss
that.
and shit. That shit
they
lit though.
told her
That
she
shit make
got to wait till
everybody lit.
16.
Like,
So
it's gonna make more, our races and shit, like, thirst and shit, you know what I'm saying? Thrive, I meant to say, my fault, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, they not trying to be the worker no more. They like, yo, I'm about to be the boss. Like, I'm about to have so-and-so working for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
will
that's
say
lit.
these younger generations are real smart about like making money.
Yeah.
Like
Making
they're
businesses
really,
and
really
stuff.
smart. Like Gen Z, they really have it.
they got
Like,
a lot of
Someone
businesses.
explain
got
to
a
me
lot
what
of
is the
businesses.
breakdown of the years of the whole millennium, Gen Z. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone explain it. Do you guys know? Do you know?
Though.
the what?
Explain to me. So I was born in '94.
You're millennial.
All right, what is the bracket for millennials?
I don't know verbatim.
What do you
like, I don't
think?
know.
This is the fun part about it, the show.
I
where
think
you
it
get to
cuts
guess
off at
something.
95 or 96. There you go.
96, yeah.
See?
What we got,
Yeah.
Wolf? What is the bracket right there?
Born from 1996 to 2015 is Gen Z.
Yes.
Okay, so 96 to 2015 is Gen Z. So then before 96 is
Millennial.
It's
millennial.
us, yeah, millennials.
And then what's the one like our parents?
Gen
Is
X?
it Gen X or Baby Boomer?
No,
Baby
baby
boomers, like,
boomers
is after
before
this.
Gen
Before
X.
that? Okay.
Yeah, Gen X.
Yeah.
Gen X. Wow.
Where Gen X end there?
Yeah. What? So
I think
The
That's a good question.
79.
Yeah, I think 70s.
Oh,
It's
we-
in the
we
70s.
not Gen X,
Or
right?
80s.
no. We definitely millennial. We definitely
No, we're
millennial.
millennials.
Between 65 and 1980.
The vibe is
65
different.
and 19.
If we was Gen
Oh,
X,
wow.
we would have been a little bit different.
Damn.
I think, like, you know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
missed
Like, the
it.
vibe is different from, like, the...
Nah, I ain't
Well,
just
every
missed it.
period has like a different energy. Like, everybody comes here with a different energy.
That's a
like
fact.
Low key, I
So-
think now knowing these year brackets, I've always said this from the jump. I feel like my peers, right, like my age groups, the millennials, I feel like we had like kind of the best advantage. We came out during a time where we're the last generation to go outside, you know what I mean, and play. I don't know how it is in the city and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's kids still going outside, but where we used to live, where I live, right, it's like you don't see kids at the basketball court anymore. We used to play manhunt every single day. I remember coming home from
Kids don't
school
be outside.
and my parents
Yo,
would be
manhunt
like,
was so fun.
yo, you got to hurry up and
Ding
finish
dong
your homework
ditch.
before you can go outside. And I would do that shit on the bus. So I know right when I got home, I'd be like, here, boom,
I do it
I'm
before I leave
I'm at the
school.
court with it. You know what I mean? I'm right at the court with it. So
But you know what it is? The kids don't need to go outside in the morning when you can just FaceTime your homie, be like, yo, get on the game, we lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Exactly.
it's different.
But that sucks though. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
because I remember bringing like controllers over to the homie's house. Like
Yeah,
everybody
that's a
comes
fact.
over and shit like that. And that I feel like that's even better than getting that like
that internet
That's because
game
we,
stuff.
Yeah.
It is
we
way
didn't have
better.
that
It's way
online
better.
thing, We
Yeah.
had that come
we
over,
kind of had
plug
the
up.
early. We kind of had the
we
early
saw
online.
the beginning process
Right.
of it, right? Because
Right,
who
so-
remembers dial-up internet?
Oh, you see?
Come on.
See?
Who
Like,
never, who never
dial-up
prank
internet
calling?
was
I don't think the
just
kids do that no
disaster.
more.
It was
We
fast
used
at that time.
to be calling
It
up
was
random
fast.
numbers for no reason.
The
It
Like,
was fast.
beep is
you know what I
it. Oh, we need the static. We
Yeah.
got it. We got it now. We
And
got
wasn't
don't
it like
think
a thing? If you answered the phone, it would interrupt everything.
it would cut it all the way off.
That's facts.
You got to run and tell everybody, I'm on the internet.
Y'all
Don't
ever-
answer the phone.
Don't answer.
Y'all have like a story of picking up the phone or getting on the internet whenever like maybe your parents was on there or something like that? Nobody?
What you mean, like eavesdropping?
No, like an interrupting situation,
what was
like
you
you know
doing?
what I mean? Like you got on there and cut off. They're like, yo, what's
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stuff. That's why I said like we kind of had the advantage because we got best of kind of the both worlds, right? We're in the generation where your parents would let you go outside and just stay outside till whenever. I know some kids had curfews and shit, but I would never in a million years let my nephew like just go outside and hang out.
Right? I'm like, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You get inside.
Right. And so I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, if I want him to go outside and play ball and do stuff, like we put him in the league, we put him, he goes skating, he does this and that.
In clubs.
Right. And I try to get him into like as much socialization.
That's important.
That's definitely important.
Right. Right. He plays ball now and he plays like 2 hours a week in his league. So 1 hour for one day of practice and then an hour for the game. And I'm like, man, 2 hours a week. We played 2 hours in the first as soon as I got home from school. So imagine that, like we get in that experience of playing ball, and like kids his age are getting 2 hours a week to learn how to play ball.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? So now I think that's dope. I think that puts us like ahead. Do you guys agree? Like as a millennials, like are there other generations that are like doing better?
I say the
Not
new
necessarily.
generation, Z got it right now.
Yeah, no, they're making money.
Z got
They're in
it.
content creating. They're
They-
like
they-
ahead
they
with
got
just
businesses.
like marketing.
Right.
A lot of
Everything
A
millionaires.
lot
online.
of millionaires.
Yeah.
in Z.
I think we're kinda
They
catching
got it.
up.
I ain't gonna lie.
I
feel
think
like
we
as
could
much
take
as-
more notes from them, to be really quite honest.
Right.
Like with Gen Z, you could really take a little bit more. Like
Right.
TikTok, they're making a lot of money on TikTok.
I would imagine that when a kid like 15, I got you, my bad. I would imagine like a kid who's like maybe 15, 16, right, a teenager, when they go on their feed with all their friends, everybody's making content, everybody's doing dances, everybody's doing this.
everybody got
Versus
it.
you go on ours, there's people like, not saying this is bad, but like, posting their kids, posting this,
Well-
like not necessarily posting something that's like entertainment, right?
They refer
So
they refer Instagram to the millennials' Facebook, just to give you context.
yes.
So a lot of the younger generation, they're like to market to the younger generation. If you're smart, you would go to whatever they're going to. That's how
Right.
you want to make money.
Right.
Like,
And for the note, I mean, I'm 28. I think our age group here is like 28, 32, like around there
Yeah,
type
I'll be
shit,
29.
29, right? So, we're really, I feel like until I break that like 35, I'm still 21. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, I always say,
in
I
my
mean,
head,
your
like-
body ages, but essentially, like, your soul is young forever.
Right.
It's a mindset.
You gotta remember
It's a
the blimp
mindset.
happened. You know what I'm saying? The 2020
blimp,
was a
yeah.
blimp. Like, Spider-Man, that was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
blimp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
the blimp. They exercised. We gotta stay in the crib for the whole year. That wasn't, y'all said that ain't count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hibernating,
So we
you
go
know?
back a year. So y'all said we part of the millennium, I think, or the X, Z.
Yeah, or you
whatever
could
the
just
fuck they
confuse
was.
everyone, and next like birthday you have, you just say you're 25,
you
so
gotta go
that
back
no one
a year,
ever
go back a
questions
year
what
for the
age
blimp.
you
Oh, yeah.
are.
Yeah, I'm
go ahead.
25.
Right.
we going back.
I like people who always say that, like every year they're saying, "Oh, I'm turning the same age every year." Like it's usually like
yeah.
older women. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm turning,
always.
this year I'm turning 25, and then like next year they post again, "Yeah, I'm turning 25 again."
Well, because
Always.
not to
Right.
scare,
Give me
kinda
your
steer
give me
it.
your opinion. That why do women? Why do you think that women are so? Why is it like a thing to? Oh, you shouldn't ask a woman her age.
I think there's a lot of things that go into that. I mean, starting with the patriarchy, like we're gonna get down to it.
Okay.
A lot of women think about it when we're younger. We're told we have to look a certain way. We're like conditioned. Like older men always kind of seek you, unfortunately, when you're a little younger, and then as they get older, men just want you to look like young forever. Why do you think
That's a fact, though.
like like the cosmetology is so big right now.
Right.
Everyone gets surgery just to stay young.
Right.
It's a big thing. Even Kim Kardashian says that if she could stay young forever, she would. It's
Right.
a big, issue,
But I think
honestly.
aging is a blessing to be able to
It
get to a
is.
certain age, you know? Like,
It
people be
is.
like, yo, you mad old? Like, nah, like,
Yeah.
you gotta take advice. I see young niggas that die every day in these streets that don't make it
Yeah.
to 16, 18, feel me? So,
Oh, they
getting
got
old
locked
is a
up.
blessing, you know what I'm saying?
But I think, going back to what you're saying is that, a lot of women feel kind of probably pressure to always look younger
Yeah,
because
that's
there's
right.
always a
Though.
younger woman behind her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you said you kind of, when do you think, I mean, you can talk in general or specific, but when do you think for you, because to be honest, like, we know, as unfortunate it is, we know, like, prettier people kind of get ahead, right? Most of the time, right? If you know how to pivot it, right, you can just be pretty and working at Starbucks or whatever, right, forever.
People.
So that's
Right,
my
right.
problem.
Attractive
But
people,
I would
they
say
like to say attractive
right.
people have an easier life, but
That's
that really
not
is not
That's not
100%. Because when you're attractive, more people don't like you
Mm-hmm.
because you're attractive.
That's a fact.
So yes, in hindsight, you could probably get better gigs, things of that nature. But with better gigs, better jobs
Right.
come with more envious people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. And not just that, but sometimes, I hate to say this, but sometimes I'm like, yo, I wish I was probably like much less attractive than
Right.
what I am. Because then I can actually find a man that likes me for me.
Right.
Right?
Right.
true.
And because on face value,
Right.
body value, you're going to see me and be like, oh, hot commodity, right?
Right.
But I don't really care about that.
Right.
Like, I can see that from a mile away.
Do you think that, kind of tying into the last thing you said, do you think you mentioned having to kind of look a certain way, or like girls kind of feeling this subconscious pressure to look a certain way?
Of course.
When do you think that starts for either yourself or like for women in general? Like,
I think it depends, culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of culture that goes into it. I would say it's influence too.
Right.
Like when I was 16, 15, I was obsessed with glamour movies, old Hollywood films.
like what?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
And that was actually ultimately why I ended up working at Tiffany.
Right.
Because of Audrey Hepburn.
Right.
So, yeah, it
crazy.
influenced me.
I'm gonna note for myself to put a picture of Audrey Hepburn next to her. Because I swear, like, this Halloween we're gonna do something for you, and we're gonna.
I
make
need
it
to.
dope.
I did Morticia this past Halloween because I've always wanted to do it.
Right.
My hair finally got long, so I
Right.
was like, "Oh yeah, I have to do that."
When
I
do
can
you?
see that. I can see that.
For you guys, when do you guys think that kind of thing kicks in for guys? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like you ever have
get
to,
pressure
or
too.
or
All
let's
the
let's say,
time.
Men get
let's do
pressure.
it both ways, right? Do you ever feel that when does it kick in for you that you felt like you had to look a certain way to, like, if you go somewhere looking bummy, you're not gonna pass off as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also, when did you start noticing like looking at a girl like that, right? Or
I was
not
about
to say like, in a bad way, but like saying like, oh, like this is something that like I tell she's taking care of herself, she's cleaning up, she's trying to look presentable.
I don't know. What you think, Ukay?
Well, I was gonna say it's more so like what you wearing, if you have the right money. If like you gotta be a provider,
Right.
They want to make sure that they're feeling secure.
Right.
So if they don't feel any of that, they not looking your way either.
Right.
Yeah, but
And
like,
sometimes
I'm one of them. I was to cut you off, UK.
Yeah,
But I'm one of them guys that's like I don't need none of that stuff to do, to do stuff. People be like, yo, I need this, I need that to be this.
Right.
Like, you be yourself, people gonna vibe with you who you are. Like,
Right.
and then that stuff gonna come.
Authenticity, yeah.
It's like, if I'm saying, you just gotta be real. Like, being real
Yeah.
gets you a long way in this world. Like, you know what
I think
mean?
that's a lost talent.
Yeah.
I think some people are just trying so hard to be what they want to be and not what they are. You know what I
Well,
mean? I think
look at social media.
in the sense of like just you're being like
play a big part.
social
like,
media plays a huge
Right.
role in why people can't be who they want to be.
right,
And
You know,
then
and that goes back to even the discussion of women all looking the same.
right.
Not
That's
to
the
be
truth,
disrespectful,
Yeah.
because I'm.
It's all going for the Kim Kardashian. Like I think we say that. Like
well,
girls
that's why
who
I'm
get like
anti Kim
certain
Kardashian.
like
I don't know if you know this. You know, I'm a huge anti Kim Kardashian
Why you anti Kim Kardashian?
because she's influenced so many younger women to do things to their body to look a certain age and look a certain way. I can't tell you how many times I've gone places and been around, maybe that's someone that's 21, right? Or 22,
Right.
a 22-year-old girl. And then they'll be like, oh, like, how old are you? And they think I'm 23. I'm like, no, I'm going to be almost 30. Like, you're in a
Right.
rush. You just need to allow your body to grow, develop as a young woman. But that comes all down to a lot of influence by celebrities, music,
Yeah, I was about to say, you
lifestyle.
can't just blame the Kardashians.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, but she does
like
have a huge influence.
It's a whole different
women.
Like, it's like a whole genre of agenda that they push to
Right.
make people want to do that.
But
like,
if it wasn't because of her,
Yeah.
a lot of women would not have the cosmetic surgeries that they're going through. Everyone looks like her.
This is what that's
You got
a
Nicki
perfect.
Minaj.
This is a perfect segue to what I'm about
But
to
Nicki
say.
Minaj has never touched her face that we know of, right? Maybe some Botox.
I don't know. I remember she was. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
So
I
maybe
fuck
some
with Nicki Minaj.
Botox.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj.
These are good points. I was just about to say that. I don't
I
think
respect
that
her hustle though.
I don't think that
Kardashians
saying like,
hustle.
oh, if we eliminated the Kardashians, that girls wouldn't have someone to look to, because like during that same time, like we like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were like getting super skinny, and that girls wanted to be super skinny at that time. Yeah, obviously that wasn't probably influencing
period,
like.
I think it's just the media.
Much more of our world.
There's always
you can't
a
blame people. It's the media.
Right.
Of course, but there's always a woman that is kind of like that one woman that influences all women. Marilyn Monroe.
But what I'm saying
Right?
is these girls were hanging with Kim Kardashian and stuff. So I feel like something was gonna come like her, but nothing has came since her. You know what I mean? Like the Kardashian show's been on forever. Well, right.
They're real smart. They said, okay, Kim is getting older.
Right.
Kylie, you're up next.
Right.
That's who it is. That's gonna be who's gonna be relevant.
Right.
And then who's gonna come after Kylie? The kids are gonna be a little older by then. So it's just kind of like
I don't think
monopoly.
they really like dictate like the dynamics of like what goes on, like, cause like they follow what we do.
Right.
If you don't understand, like we the trendsetters, the urban community, the urban community. Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk fast and stuff, but the urban community, we dictate everything. Like,
right.
They follow what we doing. So it's not like the Kardashians is doing it and putting that y'all onto it. It's like they doing what we doing.
Yeah, they're
and doing
marketing.
it at the highest extent. You know what I mean? So then people watching them because it's like, oh, they got the money, they got the Rolls Royce, but this is the stuff that we've been doing. This is stuff like a black culture and, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Spanish culture been doing.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
can't blame them. It's blaming the people that's doing it.
It's not blaming, but at the same time, that will come down to, what is it called? Appropriation?
Right.
I mean, I tell people all the time, right? People are obsessed with Kylie Jenner. I'm like, she's a Jenner, you know that, right? Like, she's not part Albanian like her sister.
Oh, right. That's true, yeah.
But
both her moms are white.
You know, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all want to go down that rabbit hole.
Right, like the other girl, that's OJ's daughter, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, that's true.
I think that's OJ's daughter.
This is the most.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the most content I ever put towards the Kardashians. Let's get off of this.
Yeah, I don't want to market no more.
I just started a food show.
Oh, cool.
I've recorded enough, at least. Honestly, I think yesterday I recorded episode 3. When I get back, I'm at home. I'm gonna edit everything, and it's really dope. The first episode, I did like a few things, like a whole day. Our first day in New York with my nephew. I had him clipped up. He was really excited about that. I went to the Stone Pizza place. I was talking to y'all about it earlier. Have you seen that place, Stone Pizza?
I haven't been. I've heard of it.
It's dope. You can like smoke in there. Everything's infused.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-hour session. So they'll like have like little tables, booths, everything. You can.
You got a book reservation? Or?
Yeah, reservation. It's like $120 a pop. But it's worth it. I thought it was just a like 4-course meal, 5-course meal, whatever. But they said once you finish it, like it's unlimited. You can keep asking for extras of whatever. But bro, we were so lit after the first round finished. We're like, yo, how do people eat more than this? Like,
what did you get?
So they got ganja knots, right? Garlic knots. I'm not even playing, bro. I didn't have. I'm gonna say this. I didn't have like the best highest expectations for the food, right? I feel like when people do like THC and mixed stuff, they don't really think about how good it's gonna taste, right? Yeah. Versus us, oh, this is a pizza with butt in it, bruh. First of all, let me start with the salad. The salad was gas.
Yeah.
The salad was gas. The Caesar salad with like chunks of feta cheese in there. My sister was like, I've never had feta.
So you couldn't taste the infused at all?
No.
Wow, that's interesting.
Did you have the soda
like
or
when you
no?
have
The soda,
edible,
I had the
taste
Sprite
it.
infused. My sister had the lemonade infused, but it was dope. They had like Nas playing. They had like a lot of East Coast tracks, new and old. They have like a little smoke room over there.
Come to the crib, bro. Like no funny shit. Them niggas came to the studio when I was with Trev. Shout out to my nigga Trev Moolah and shit. But,
shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga had the niggas come to the studio and Mariah Lynn was there and shit. That shit was lit.
Pizza Pusher them?
Yeah, Pizza Pusher.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that was it, man. I'm like, yo, we did a whole episode of that, and Yesterday I went with, shout out my boy Kendall. We went to the ice cream museum. So I went with my fam. He came with his girl, and we there was so much cool things. They gave ice cream in every room. I had bought like this big thing to like review on camera. So it's kind of turning into, at first I planned it to be kind of like a food show thing, but I guess I threw in like a lot of lifestyle vlog sort of feels into it to make them a little bit longer. And that's just what's happening behind the scenes anyway. So that's content. But I think that's gonna be fire, man. But what y'all got coming up? Anything like that? Anybody?
You know me, man.
Yeah,
Got the mixtape
Oh,
coming out.
yeah. New mixtape.
Legendary
When's it dropping?
Stylez Part 3. The 9th is coming out on the 9th. It's going to be some fire. Clap it up, man. Clap it up for me. I need a clap for that one. New mixtape coming, feel me? Shout out to all the ops. Shout out to haters. Shout out to you know what I'm saying? Everybody, all love. It's all love over here, man. Keep the love going. But yeah, man, I got this tape coming through. Like I put like a lot of like a little Jersey type wave because like that little Jersey wave thing going on. So I put like a lot of those type of beats on there. I got a couple features on there. So looking forward to
Are
this,
you gonna be dropping anything early maybe from it?
Yeah, I might do a little. Ukay, we might do a video today after this. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned, man.
We
got some
shot
shit
part of
popping
it
out.
before y'all came in here.
Oh, word.
You know what I'm saying?
Can we say what was the song or what's?
Nah, we're gonna wait till the take come.
Wait, nobody's heard it, right? Yeah, though.
You got it.
Can we say the name?
Release.
But can we say the name of what the track is gonna be at least or not?
Nah, we should let them wait. We gonna let them wait, Suave.
What you got coming up, Ukay?
A couple videos. I'm going to take a trip to Bermuda soon in February. I shoot 2 music videos out there.
Okay. So, you have like free time out there too, or strict work?
No, it's like it's a whole week, so I got free time. Yeah. So the music videos shouldn't take that long to do.
That's like maybe with like give some cushion time. You got like 5 hours of work versus a week of vacation.
Yeah, and
that's what's up.
Enjoying the time, and then I get to see the views. I'm gonna bring my drone so I can get a little extra.
That's dope.
Do you think about because you usually behind the camera, but you do so much that goes into that. Do you ever think about doing like vlog, lifestyle stuff yourself?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, like a little travel thing.
Right.
Trying to tell this guy, let's do a vlog.
Like
I have the vlog right now.
I'm telling you, you can make any content and edit it. If you already know how to do this and you put it on TikTok, you can make money from it.
You already have the skills.
Yeah,
See, that's
that's
a part where you starting ahead of everybody else. You already got the skills on the camera. You already got the skills how to edit it. Now it's like you just got to get the hosting skills. Yeah.
I gotta get that little feel of things.
Right. I feel like everybody, you know what they say, like, oh, some people are like a character, but I feel like everybody's a character, right? Everybody has like a certain like shtick, right, about them. And I feel like if you just know how to like I don't know if this is the right word, like, but like personify that, like really like, get that up there.
It's like that comes with like, actually like spending time with yourself and learning yourself. Know what you like, know how you want to express yourself, you get comfortable.
Right.
Well, I ain't gonna front once you get like that cameraman that talk his life, nobody got that yet.
Right.
Like you always see the camera behind the camera, never really like I think they just did that just for the Kanye West thing recently.
For the dude,
yeah, that was fire. Like the way he was like
showing
the whole documentary on his life, like how it went, that was dope. Like you know what I'm saying?
And that was
like they never really did that like on a YouTube guy. I'm giving people ideas. Let me stop talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me save my ideas for my people. You know what I'm saying? But no funny. I want to give people ideas. You know what I'm saying? So y'all take that advice and do that. You know what I mean? Because that's fire. You know what I mean?
Even like post like, something like, all the videos I edited for people that's like big now.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't, sometimes they don't give credit. But I know I did this video.
If you got all like the archives, like, I'm pretty sure you got a highlight reel already. Throw a highlight reel up, keep it updated, every couple months. I know you're working a lot, you know what I mean? I since we on the topic, you're already at this point of like mastery level of the craft type, you know what I mean? How long have you been like doing any sort of camera work in general?
Well, it started a long time ago when I was a little kid.
When I was a young lad.
Right? Nah, but I was definitely young though. Like I used to dance on YouTube and I was actually big.
What year was this, you think? You first picked up a camera and was like, or bought a camera or
like 20. Well, I had it since like little kid. Like I just found pictures with me and cameras. Like I didn't really remember, but I remember like when I was like in 2013, all those years till now, like I was like dancing on camera. I was actually big on YouTube before they started this monetization stuff.
Right.
I was getting all these comments and followers. I paid it no mind.
Right.
I just like,
Right.
all these people from.
Yeah, 2013, like around there. Yeah, I don't think I was really like on YouTube like that. Like, at that point, I remember going to YouTube to listen to like when the Carter 3 came out, to listen to the leaks on there. Like we would go on there to listen to music and stuff. Maybe there's like a few shows up there, but it wasn't like how it is now. You can go on and just type in anything and find someone vlogging about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how I learned to edit too. I just typed in stuff on YouTube. I
YouTube
learned.
University.
Yeah, YouTube University.
Yeah,
We got the
learn
master's degree
anything
over here. We
Yeah, I
got
learned how to do
Dr.
so much.
Learn anything on
From
YouTube.
there, I was good.
YouTube, everything.
Everything.
And that helped me like get booked too. I went to different places. I went to Tokyo. I went to
nice.
Florida. I
fire.
went to Belize, and I was like just dancing. Like,
Right.
This is not like me shooting stuff. This is just me dancing.
So
that
you were
shit.
shooting your own videos of
Yeah.
you dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Word.
dancer.
So when did it pick up to actually like start filming for others?
When I actually took it serious and like, let me get a real camera and start doing this for other people.
Right.
Like, I started with pictures though, because I
Okay.
love photography. So
You remember your first gig?
Trip was the first video? Trip?
No. I did it before then. That was just me coming to y'all.
That was coming back. That was the
Yeah.
first coming back.
But I did like a shoot for my homegirl in my building. You know,
Right.
it came out good. And I was like, no, I could keep going with this. And that was just me shooting all automatic settings.
And this was like photos.
Yeah.
What was the gig that you got that you knew that you were like, oh, okay, like I'm UK, like this is like you gonna like, you know what I mean? Price is going up type shit.
I was in Atlanta with my homeboy because just spending time. I had my camera though.
Right.
And he just introduced me to the homeboy. Like, yo, he shoot music videos.
Right.
And you know, everybody out there wanted to do this. So they went crazy. It was like, yo, they took me everywhere for that whole day shooting music videos.
Right. Hella music. How many did you shoot that day?
Probably like 5.
Sheesh.
I was like, but they paid me though.
Working. Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll do
Fuck
it.
it.
But I'm like, I ain't gonna get it till I get back to New York though, because I ain't had no laptop.
Right.
I was just on vacation. But I did that, sent it to them. They went crazy. And they sent me more money. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do this for real.
Right.
Because they paid me to come back out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
And that's the type of, you know, I feel like when you do those type of things, you get that relation. It's like, you know, that word spreads. You know what I mean? You do a good show, you know, you drop an album, you drop a,
And then you feel
know,
good as like something that you created.
Right.
Not just you went to work for somebody else and they paid you.
yes.
Correct.
Like you doing this, your art.
Yeah.
So it's like you feel more fulfilled. Like, yeah,
Right.
I could live off being myself.
Right.
Right.
So, or at least doing something you love, right?
Shit, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm starting to get to that point, and you know, I'm not making money to like quit my 9 to 5 yet, but you know, like I mean, y'all can see on the table and you know the hats and on the couch. You know, I'm starting to come up with a lot of merch, so I'm learning. You know, getting that first. I've done already like 1,000 in sales, so like I'm doing good. But just to I do a lot of pre-orders, so I'll get the money up front, and then I'll go pay for the order.
Makes sense.
So just to see the difference, like what the difference is between how much the order is and then the profit, I'm like, oh damn, like you know this. If I did this times 5, right? You know, getting bigger and bigger, like I could pay rent with this. You know what I mean? I think were we talking about that?
Yeah. Facts.
We were like, yo, if I see something that I could pay rent with, like if you give me a check I pay rent with, oh now it's on. Like now we doing it every day type shit. So, what you got going on? I know you got a lot of things.
I keep it very silent though. I
Okay.
never reveal things that are not complete.
You've been dropping a lot of like workout content.
Yeah, but that's not something that I want to
Not taking that serious?
get into.
Okay.
To be honest.
Just to post reels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe just
That's
get
what it's about.
followers.
Right.
Whatever. But yeah, I've been working out for going on 2 years in April.
Okay.
But no, I'm not specializing in that avenue. I thought about it though. You know, there's money in it, but that's not my passion. You know,
Right.
I'm an artist.
Right. I was going to say
you
next.
artist too?
You
What do you?
I'm multimedia. I could do pottery. I can do painting with oils or acrylic. I can.
Her paintings are wild, crazy.
That's
like
fire.
I'm talking about.
Thank you.
I was trying to, with my ex, we were like, I kept saying like, yo, we have to get a piece from her for the crib. Like,
Don't worry, more things are coming.
My next
year,
crib, I'm
I'm coming
having
in
a
real strong.
piece.
Right now, I'm in the process of getting a larger apartment.
Right.
Because like I hate to say this, but like space is very important
Right.
when you want to create.
Yep.
And right now I just don't have enough space for
And
Right.
you don't feel motivated.
Yeah, like I
Right.
come home, you know, I go to the gym because that's like my therapy.
Right.
And then I come home to decompress.
Right.
And I want to draw, but I just don't have like the headspace to do it because there's just
Mm-hmm.
not enough room.
I heard someone say, I think it was in a podcast I was watching. They were like, whether you, even if you love it, making content is kind of exhausting.
It is.
Right? Because you're putting on a show, right?
You know, when I moved to New York 7 months ago, 8 months ago, roughly,
Right.
that was part of like the reason why I came. And not to sound cliche,
Right.
you know, everybody comes here to pursue a dream.
Right,
But
for
this
sure.
really is a place where you can learn things. And you learn not just your avenue of expertise, but you learn a lot about yourself.
Right.
When you come here.
New York
So
is the place.
Right.
yes,
New
like
York
this
is the
place
place.
will
Do you just to
reshape
kind
you.
of segue, because this is a good point. Do y'all think that like, you know, people like us, we come here to fulfill like our dreams and, you know, do a podcast, do, you know, art, whatever it may be. Do y'all feel like growing up here, you've had that in you since like, you know, you were a kid?
I ain't gonna lie, like growing up here, like a lot of people that grow up here, they kind of lazy. So we see that shit right there, and
Right.
be like, yeah, we're not gonna do it. Like, we're gonna
Right.
do it. We're gonna do it. It's coming.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta move on things. Like, people don't move on nothing. Like, that's why I be trying to move on everything. Like,
Yeah, you
I
have
mean,
to.
I think more
There's
than
a-
the point
There's a
is-
lot of opportunity here.
Right.
Exactly.
And
And
you
you
have
could run
more
into
chances to
someone-
see that. I feel like that's kind of what my question was steering towards. Y'all have more chances to see, you know, someone from your neighborhood who got famous or someone from your side of town who got famous. And that probably happens a lot. I mean, that happens a lot more than, you know, where I'm from.
Every day.
Right. So,
Yeah.
or, you know, you might see someone famous when your parents might have took you to the city when you were younger or wherever. So do you feel like seeing those type of things like that maybe put the battery in you to kind of get to the entertainment business a little bit faster or try to get into, you know, start thinking about it at least?
I think when Instagram came, then I started
Right.
thinking about it like that.
Right.
But before, I was just enjoying my life.
Right,
Having
right.
fun, doing what I like. I was like, oh, I'm making money too.
Right.
The Instagram came and it showed you all these other things you could do and what you don't have.
Or what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't really know how they got to that point.
Right.
So it's like, you know, it's
Instagram is
messing
a
with
lie,
your mind.
man.
Right.
It cap.
That's why it caused a lot of
Instagram is a
depression.
lie.
That shit is a lie.
It's a facade.
Tying
facade.
back into the Christmas thing where you said about
We see
seeing what
niggas
other
in real
people are
life,
doing.
don't
They
be having
said,
half of that shit.
right,
I be around niggas, they don't be having none of that
Right.
shit. We broke.
right,
I be paying for niggas to get in the club, all the shit. Niggas don't be having it. The famous rappers, all that shit. I'm telling
Right.
y'all, that shit facade.
and what I was saying was the Christmas thing with the kids and then the Instagram thing, right? Remember when you were younger, you didn't know what everybody had until you got back to school. Now the parents are pressured to, I gotta buy my kid this because he's gonna see that same morning that Billy 2 neighborhoods over got the newest bike, the PS5, and like now I'm like, damn, I didn't get
And
my
then-
kid this
Yeah.
and
And
that.
the kids are seeing all
Yeah,
these
but
But
gifts.
that, I
on
think
the
that
tree.
comes
Crazy
down
as
to
shit.
like awareness with also parenting. I shouldn't speak on that because I'm not a mother.
Oh,
but
Disclaimer.
disclaimer.
Disclaimer,
I'm not.
right
I'm
out
not
there.
trying to put no one down, but I think people should educate their kids and tell them like, hey, you shouldn't
Expect this
brag
right.
at
Yeah.
school
Right.
about these things because some kids don't wear some kids wear the same shoes every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's some kids that have to wear they share clothes with each
Right.
other because they don't have money.
I think it's just one of those things where like, yeah, we can, again, they're children, right? So some of them, the younger ones at least, kind of don't have that mindset to be like, oh yeah, I understand that. Like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? But it is like certain things we can teach them like, oh, this is not, the value of this doesn't,
don't
you know,
matter.
just because you have this doesn't mean that like you're
Yeah, it
not
doesn't matter.
as good as that
Don't matter.
person or worse than that person, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that was a good ass point. I really like that. It's crazy how social media could be good and bad. Like,
Yep.
I feel like it's really been helping me right in the last year. I started doing the podcast in March of this year, so I'm coming up on the 1 year, and
It's
it's
slow
just
builds.
right. It's been a crazy grind, but I can see how people have like certain pitfalls to, you know,
Quit.
Go
That's what
ahead.
I mean? Like to quit?
Right, yeah, or like there's been so many times I swear every other week I think to myself like, oh, do I really want to keep doing this? Like, but then I think like nobody from my town that I grew up with is doing stuff like this. Like,
I have those too.
right,
But then I'll be like, why?
Well, it
why?
depends. It depends on how bad you really want it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you could sit here and give up to tomorrow.
Right.
But then a year will pass and you say, why did I stop?
right.
because then you could be somewhere else.
I wish I had this sort of tenacity, like as I have for doing like content and stuff, like for the gym. I mean, like I wish I was this motivated to.
Because when I started working out,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna lie, there would be days I would just drive up, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go in.
Right.
And like I'm gonna go in and see how I feel.
You sitting there in the
everything comes down to your mindset, right?
Yeah.
And then I would, sometimes just walk in and walk right back out, go home. Because, not to bring up like depression, but that's a real thing. Like,
Right.
we all suffer with depression, anxiety in our own way.
Everybody has some sort of
Right.
Yeah,
things they go
like
through.
everybody's suffering from something.
Right.
You can't tell me you're not. I mean, unless, whatever.
Right.
Perfect.
Unless
Right.
you're like a
But
narcissist.
even
Nah,
even
that'd be
though
like super perfect, like you said, man.
But
I feel even if you like money is like a big thing, right? If you have like a resource of money, a lot of the problems that we normally have, right, day-to-day people goes away, right? If you have an unlimited resource, right? But then there's still other things that like happen, right? Like
money makes things easier.
kids going to school, like you have your worries about your kids, you have your worries about your family and stuff like that. Like their sort of things affect you too. So I feel like people say rich people problems and stuff like that, but I feel like even if we get to that point of like not having to look at your bank account to make a big purchase, you know what I mean? There's still
Money-
other things to be.
Money don't bring
Oh,
happiness,
shit.
but it bring you relief.
Right.
It does. It
Yo,
does
but
bring
another
relief.
thing
It
though-
helps you be
It
happy a
does.
little bit.
Yo,
Like
Suave,
Yeah,
another
it
thing I
does.
want to touch
It
on,
does.
because like people don't really touch on this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to start bashing each other. Like people
Yes.
bash each other.
Right.
And back to the depressing thing you were talking about, like
Yes.
how people would like bash each other. People go on the internet bashing people they don't know.
Right.
Live your
A lot
life,
of people
man. You know what I'm saying?
project too, A
Yeah,
lot of
there's a
people
lot of-
project
there's a lot
the
of
things
stuff
that they're
like-
not doing.
People don't be worried about a lot of people. You just gotta live your life,
Right.
and then you'll be the best person you
that's
could be.
why-
You know what I mean?
Instagram is a good place when you mind your business.
Mind your business, man.
Yeah.
Worry about what's going on with you.
I feel like some people want to so bad give their opinion, and at some point I do like it because it's like community sense where you can immediately see what like people think about something, right?
Yeah.
But then some people just like take that shit to the next level,
That's a
like
fact.
They take it real to
Right.
the heart. Like,
Well, because it's easier to live in a life that you want to pretend
Right.
in instead of sitting down with yourself. Nobody likes to sit down with themselves.
Yeah.
Like, in order to really get to know yourself and hone your own energy,
Right.
I don't think a lot of people have done that work, right? It's called shadow work.
yeah,
And, what I was going to tell you is like, how when you wake up and the first thing you do will say like, you go brush your teeth, right? You have to make like whatever choice you want to do for content like that.
Yep.
It has to be a habit.
Yep.
It has to be like, that's why I told you
what I
today,
wanna
like
do.
I have to go to the gym. Like it's a non-negotiable. If I don't go to the gym, then I'm not keeping a promise to myself.
Exactly.
So, and if you can't keep a promise to yourself, then you can't really be like committed to no one.
Right.
Or, like you got to be committed to you first before you could be committed to anything.
Yeah, I that hit around
She
the head with
summed it up.
that.
She summed it up in one word. I
I don't
said,
have nothing more to add to that.
Nothing else
That's
to say.
perfect.
Yeah.
I think once I started doing that and I started feeling like that way about myself, in March, it took me like 2 years to get to that first episode. I always think about that. I think like, the days where I think that I want to quit, I just think about that. It took me 2 years to get to the episode. Like I can't waste another 2.
Yeah.
Like if I stop, I can't waste another 2
Can't
to
get
get to
that
the next
time
one.
back.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So, how much time we at, Wolf?
We at 47 minutes right
47.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
But that's true what you're saying, because like even with like my artwork, right?
Right.
If anyone really knows me, they know that I've been drawing. Like if you knew me from high school, and I would draw in class, like I was always drawing. But it didn't hit me until I was older that I enjoy creating because it is my form of therapy.
Right.
Right? It's my escape. It's not just because I'm talented. It's because like this is something I had to just like escape as a child.
Do commission work? Do you do commission work?
No.
Have you ever?
I have, and that's why I don't do it.
I'm
I'm gonna be honest.
That was gonna be my
If
question.
you don't want to buy what I already make, then you're just not my client.
Do you think it takes kind of tying into what you're saying? Do you think doing commission work takes the love out of it, or
Yeah, because like here's the thing: we don't talk about when you're passionate about something how you could fall out of love with it. It's just like a relationship, right? You could be with someone, and then you end up like not resenting them,
Right.
but like you end up like falling out of love with them.
Right.
So then you have to find new ways to love them. And that's kind of like where I was with painting and drawing.
Right.
And I ended up actually writing. Like I'm writing a lot
Mm-hmm.
lately, and I haven't put anything out because I
Like
am
for a
working on
book or
yeah,
Poetry?
just different things, poetry.
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Writing, my own book.
Do you have
and
anything
stuff
off
like
the head
that.
you can give us?
No.
Okay.
I won't because I'm
Right.
working on copywriting and stuff like that.
Like, well, I got this
Okay.
verse.
Yeah,
that's true, that's
it's
true.
just like a verse in
Yeah,
a
like
song. You're not gonna
right,
share
not
it for
gonna share
free.
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
true.
not gonna share it for free because then someone can just go
Yeah, he didn't want
and
to give
make
me the
it their
fucking
own.
track name.
Yeah, they might make it.
Y'all didn't want to give me the
You know
track
what I'm
name.
saying? You got haters
crazy?
out there that might make a
You know
song
what's
name the
crazy?
same track just
Try to drop
before I
it
even
before
do it.
you, yeah.
Yeah.
So
they
I
do
had
that. They
posted
lame.
something. This is really insane. So I had posted something on my Instagram story one day.
Yeah.
I said, "Sexy is an energy, not a body type."
That shit went viral.
It
Everybody
went
said-
viral, and I didn't no one put my name in it, right? And then someone sent it to me. They're like, "Yo, you said this, right?"
Right.
And I go to the post, and it has like 1 million something likes, and I'm like, somebody screenshotted my stuff. And now it's a
Cropped
viral
you
post.
out, you know
No
what I
one
mean?
knows who said
said
it.
that,
Someone
yeah.
could say that they said it.
Right.
And I was like, yo, like,
Your shit's
this
gonna
is
come up on
crazy.
Justin LeBoy. Like,
Yeah, definitely the boy phrases and shit.
Legit.
Word.
like, yo, look what I just came up with.
Now, it's not to say that someone else can't have the same thought because
Right.
you have to think about this. There's creative clouds. We're
Right.
all in different creative clouds.
Yeah.
That's why you
You're-
see people.
Nah, but
story.
to say it the same way
like,
exactly
you
is
see-
not
it's
not
not
gonna
the
come out the
same
same
as-
way.
right,
Everybody
exactly.
not gonna say the same thing exactly the
Right.
same way. It
Right.
might be similar. It's not gonna be exactly
Yeah.
the same. Like
Right.
Exactly.
so they stole it.
They say,
They stole
I
it.
always say, I've always heard that they say, oh, like not everything that's been done has been done before.
100%.
But that's true what you say. Even if it's been done before, it doesn't mean it was done the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the
Correct.
same. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be
Everybody
exactly the
has their
same.
own style. And, that's why you can give ideas, right? Someone can go and take your idea, but it doesn't mean it's going to be as successful as how you would have done it.
I got
Right?
the same question for you, UK, about the commission thing. Your work is solely based on commission, unless you know, out of love, you bless someone or you have an idea, you want to do something on your own. But because it's mostly commission, how does that feel for you as far as like the love of it goes?
Yeah, it definitely takes the love out of it.
Yeah.
Completely. But
Yeah.
like she said, you have to find other things to make you love it. So that's why I do my little projects.
Right.
Let me stop calling it little. I do my big projects.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
go,
big
come on,
project.
don't
Don't say
minimize it.
little.
Don't minimize it.
I do my big projects and the shoots I do with my close friends and my models.
Right.
I always like get that submitted to magazines
Right.
and
Oh, that's dope.
so I can like get it back,
Yep.
get it in magazines, have something like tangible to like look back on and be like, yeah, I did this.
Yeah, it's a portfolio.
Yeah. So
What do you
know,
think your biggest project has been to date? Or, biggest, most fun, or
I think all of them because I enjoy all of them.
I really like the one you did of I think it was Carnival.
Oh yeah. I went to Miami for that day.
Oh, that's
That
dope.
was he came out with some the one with the smoke with the smoke bombs.
Oh yeah.
Those ones were crazy. How does that even happen? How does that come up?
It's sometimes it's like mainly like a group effort. Like they have this idea and then I take it and like add my thoughts to it.
Right.
Like you said, like some people have their ideas and then
Right.
you execute it a different way, but it wasn't like a bad way. Like
Right.
I took it and like gave my events thoughts of how it should go, like where it should be, and like it should be this way, and
Right.
so they go with it.
You're the director.
Yeah.
Are you always a producer on what you shoot?
Not all the time. Like I would like to have other people share their ideas, so like I could share them and show them to the world. Like I
Yeah,
don't always like to be
absolutely.
the spotlight. That's why I'm behind the camera. I like to
Yeah.
direct people in the direction that they should go, and like if they have the whole idea already made out, I'm like, all right, let me bring it to life
Right.
for you. Because
Yeah.
I
This
can
is a
see
good
it.
question for both of y'all on the same train here, or you as well. When you're working with others, how do you guys deal with conflicting ideas? Like, how do you come to a resolution for that?
I mean, you can't go through this all the time.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
gotta shapeshift.
Yeah, I just,
You just shapeshift with the person, collaborative work and stuff like that. You
Right.
shapeshift.
Nah,
And it's
me and
good
him
to
go
get-
back and forth. Nah, you need to do it this way. I'm like, yo, bro, nah, let me get closer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How
But
do
it
y'all
come
come
out
to
perfect
the
though.
middle then? Like,
Because,
I
you
just
know,
let him
Find
go
a middle
until I
ground.
show him that
he
this
showed
way-
me, yeah, well, that's basically,
and he
that's what
realized it was
happens.
wrong.
so
and then-
patience is how you get through it.
Patience,
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm real patient. I don't be like, I mean, if I do get aggravated sometimes because they be wild.
Right.
And I ain't nobody's son, but
Right.
I'm
Nah,
cool all the
yeah.
time, and I just let them see how wrong they are. And then
Right.
I'd be like,
Nah,
all right,
usually
so you should do
UK ideas be the best ideas.
I think that's cool.
To be honest, though, the reason why I was going to confirm this, I don't do commission work because I specialize in the area of like, I draw a lot of female bodies.
Right.
I'm actually going to start doing male figures next year.
Wow.
Yeah, for the first time.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Yeah. So there's a whole concept I have and everything for some male figures. So I'm really excited.
That's
dope.
dope.
The person like actually being there, or like you take pictures?
No, actually, like I could do it based off memory or.
I say you got it. He just.
All right, turn around.
I got you.
All right, side.
A lot
of
the female figurative work that I've done is all like I'm my own muse, so I'm the influence behind my work. There's been a few pieces that I've drawn that it could be other people that I've drawn, other women, but with the male kind of like thing that I'm gonna do project is gonna be very interesting.
That's dope. Yeah. It sounds weird to say this, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you putting on and doing other things like that. Man, I want to say, first of all, to each and every one of you, I'm so happy that y'all pulled up. I thank you all. You know what I mean?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Let's clap it up for this episode, man. I think... man, it's a blessing to be in this kind of space that we're in right now. I think everybody in their own individual lanes are just doing their thing, and I love to come together and put it all together. I seen like a little clip that someone said, "Oh, he's like, I'm doing something with my." I don't forget exactly what he said, but he's really energetic about it. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing something with my life," and then when I meet someone who's also doing something, like, "Oh, you doing that? Like, let me help you out, because then we could both do this, and then we can go up." Versus like, "Oh." Like you said, you little projects, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, nah, like I got a project coming out. Like that's the thing of the world, right? So, I like to be around that, and that's why I just try to surround myself with. And like I said, since March, it's doing something to me, right?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate everybody for that. I usually give the hats out on the episode. I give you yours, so it looks fly.
I'm special.
Yeah,
guys, before he lit,
we gonna get you some merch for you as well. Any last like church announcements?
Oh yeah, Legendary Styles.
Legendary Styles 3.
If you know the vibes, man. What camera? Oh, right here. Oh, this one right here. All right, there we are. Legendary Styles, December 9th, man. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Free my boy Busy. We outside, man, and yeah, that's it, man.
Let's go.
We outside.
What you got coming up, UK?
Everything, just look out on my Instagram, UKAY HIP.
Bet. Yeah, we're gonna have all the links, and we'll have the link for the album underneath. We'll have tags and whatnot. What you got?
Thank you, Suave.
Of course. I appreciate you, G.
I'm working on a podcast with my friends called This Might Get Canceled.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let me know, because I like to talk about existential
put the podcast
things.
out before they still out there.
Hey, where you gonna record that?
We could definitely pull here. We got a spot, but we could definitely pull up here.
Put it out.
You gotta at least try one out
before
here.
They spell it. You said the name.
You want to bleep out the name?
Nah. We already on YouTube.
This mic. Bet.
I'll show you a couple clips.
Bet. Hell yeah. Hey, if y'all need a guest, I'll be more than happy to be on.
We could definitely have you on there.
Do a little collab episode.
I'm actually the cameraman, but I do have a mic behind the camera. So
Oh, dope.
Yeah, let them know if y'all ever run out of guests. I try to be out here as much as possible.
We have a lot of guests. We got a jeweler coming soon.
Oh, really? That's what I do.
Yeah, but a Jewish jeweler, so we're gonna talk about the whole
the
thing
whole
with
Kanye
Kanye
thing,
and all that. So
I talked about that a lot. I talked about that in my last episode. So I didn't bring it up in this one, but
Kanye?
I talked about it in my last episode.
Kanye, the Jews, man, the Jews. You gotta get away from the Jews.
Hold on. We didn't mean that. We
didn't mean that. I love the Jews. A little
chop and edit real quick. But that's dope, man. So we'll have all the links and stuff for y'all stuff under. What you got coming up, Miss Justice?
So in 2023, I'm just gonna roll out my online portfolio, do more projects. I want to have a solo exhibition.
Like your artwork or
my artwork? Okay. I want to have a solo exhibition by next year.
Okay.
So slow builds.
Let me know if you ran out like a thing to have a exhibition. You said exhibit.
Yeah.
Is it exhibit? Is it exhibition?
Exhibit.
No.
Exhibition.
Is exhibit?
I think
Exhibit.
short.
It's the same.
I think exhibition
same.
is like
Duel.
This is like doing
A
something.
Oh,
match.
excuse me. Solo. Exhibit.
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 You use an exhibition like, yeah, I'm gonna come to watch you fight.
Well, good thing I ain't the only one that messed up on the episode.
Yeah, just delete that. Take that out. Take that out.
No, we keep it on. That's
That make it dope though.
Yeah, exactly.
Make
It makes it really natural, but that'd be dope. We'll do a big event out of it. We'll try to get a lot of people over.
Yeah, I do want to also like go back home and probably have a show there too. I have a connection with a gallery.
I got an art studio. Yeah,
I have
Downtown
a
Arts
gallery
Collective.
there already. I have a connect
Nice.
there. So little by little.
But
Yeah.
cool. I really appreciate everybody once again, and let's just look into the what's it 2 or 4?
2, the wide.
Let's look into 2, where everybody's gonna
2?
point at 2, and on 3
3.
we're gonna with excitement say Suave and friends. All
Suave
right.
and friends.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Suave and friends.
Know the vibes.